Good morning, everybody. A TBR Solution Sports Program is back again with you. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz, Wale Fatsi, together with Sheikhs Manqoba Ngwenya. I know Sheikhs like to start with Manqoba Sheikhs Ngwenya. I'm used to Sheikhs Manqoba Ngwenya. And then Sheikhs, welcome to the show. Nice having you again. How are you doing?
I'm good, Prasobs. Thanks for having me on the show, and welcome to our viewers and listeners out there.
I'm sure you are looking forward to the review, the Mamelodi Sundowns Kaizer Chiefs. We'll do it in the second part of the show. But in the meantime, I just want us to look let's start here. Who are the contenders for Football of the Year? Of course, top goal scorer, we know, it's Shaulile, and top goal scorer, it's very easy, But full Football of the Season, it's another one. Now, by the way, the title, we have Football of the Season, top goal scorer, and players of the year. Those are the three. And then the coach of the year. Do they still have the team of the year? The PSL?
I don't think so, Pastor.
All right, because at some point they used to have team of the year. I remember Celtics was one of the teams that won that trophy at some point. So I wonder whether they still have that. But those are awards that soon we'll be seeing them. And I'm sure you out there, you have seen. And then I'm sure there's also midfield of the year. Am I correct?
Yes, there is Prasobs.
Yeah, so there's a midfielder, but we don't have the striker because the top goal scorer is a striker. I don't know. Because a person can be a midfielder and score more goals. like Jomo did during his time. He was a midfielder, but scored more goals. So I don't know. We don't have a striker of the year. We don't have the defender of the year. But there's also a goalkeeper of the year. Am I right?
Yes, there is.
There's goalkeeper of the year. Now, according to you, Sheikhs, and people out there, who are the contenders? Let's start with the player of the year. And then once you've given me the contenders, who do you think deserve to be the player of the year? And give me reasons. Give me reasons that I say Shaulile because of this. I say Andile Jali because of this. I say Mshishi because those are the names that I see. I see also, who else? Kigan Dolly. Manqoba mentioned Kigan Dolly. Pardon?
Mtanzane from Royal AM.
From Royal AM. And then what about Letsoalo?
Yes, Victor Letsoalo.
Victor Letsoalo. So yeah, in that, who do you think deserves it?
Yeah, Prasobs, I think you put them out there. Those are the nominees. Those are the players that were outstanding this season. Sundowns won the league already, but the PSL games are not finished. So most of the players have to come from that team that has won the league. Andile Jali was superb to me. Peter Shalulile, evergreen. Themba Zwane also evergreen. Victor Letsoalo did very well for a team like Royal AM coming from the NFD, and competing like this in the PSL. You really have to give them credit. Mamchize and the family have really done well there. Seeing Kilapo out Yako is doing well there. They have to be given credit for that. But Yeah, I think it's a tough one, you know. For me, it's between Shalulile and Andile Jali for the player of the season. Thembekani also did well, but I think Andile Jali really soldiered the team this season and he did well. But the evergreen Shalulile will also be right up there, you know, because not only did he score the goals, but also the work rate he puts in during every game, you know, the soldier mentality he has for the team. He's willing to die for the team, you know, and the work rate he gives in the team is unbelievable. And the consistency he does it in is also unbelievable. So it will remain to be seen between the two of them. But my take is that Shalulile is the player of the season.
I'm told that he's from Highlands Park. So that means maybe Sinki has to do with the recruitment of Shaolile. If that is the case, he needs to be commended. I thought he's from Namibia direct to Samamlo Lisanda. But I got it from Owen Dagama saying, I've been saying it while we were still playing for Highlands Park, as this is the best striker we have in the league. So yeah, maybe I need to find out who managed to scout and get him. That's a good buy. And then now, while we are still there, Shakes, remember we discussed about the impact of the coach. Stuart Baxter said there's no best coach in the world, it's the players. And I said, there's nothing like that. Coaches have a lot to do with the game. Now, why am I saying this? If you look at Jali is now playing at the back. And credit must be given to Manqoba Ngwenya and Rulani Mukwena and Steve Compella, the trio, all right, for them to identify that if this man comes from the back, he'll be much better. You see, and then the only person who used to do that very successful, as far as I'm concerned, it used to be Jomo. Jomo has converted many players. Mark Fish, for instance, was a striker to a central back, all right? Mutale was an attacking midfielder to, you know, to the wing. I think it was a right wing at a back. So Webster Lishaba was an attacking midfielder, and then he was converted to the right back. So I've never seen that in recent times. Until now, I've seen Andile Jali. Am I correct or I'm wrong?
Yeah, you're correct. You're very correct in that point. And, you know, credit must be given to the two coaches as well, because what's important at Sundowns is that they are able to play from the back, you know, and they've been able now to take Jali and put him in that role where he starts a play. And once you are able to start from the back and play from the back, it becomes easier for you to filter in the likes of Abum Shishi in midfield and connect to Abu Shalulile up front. So that was a masterclass by the coaches to play Charlie in that position so that we keep more possession, you know, because Sundown's way of football is to keep the possession and make sure that the other team is looking for the ball, you know. So it worked very well, and Shalulile and Charlie has adjusted perfectly in that position.
And once I say that, if you remember quite well, the young man from Barcelona, De Jong, if De Jong can come back from that position, when he plays that position, he's doing well. The central midfield role, well, I haven't seen him. Yes, I'm told that that's where he used to play when he was at Ajax. But I've seen Barcelona taking him, especially Koeman, playing him right from the back. You would see him shining very well. So this is what I see with Andy Lejani. He's very solid, a lot of brains, doing quite well. And, you know, we need to commend these three coaches for doing that, all right, at Mamelodi Sundowns. So, in other words, I go back to the statement of Stuart Baxter that there is no best coach in the world. Well, Shakes, by saying this, I'm not getting go as Stuart Baxter. You see, I'm just a fan, and I'm listening to the statements, and it's like, you know, people, when you ask them questions, you know, I know Mr. Ngazi, they take it personally, all right? Whereas when we ask questions, we are listening what is happening on the ground and ask those questions to them. The reason why we ask those questions is to give them the opportunity to respond or clarify the public out there, because that is something prevailing. It's not that you are taking them as individual. Just like now, I'm not taking Stuart Baxter as an individual. I'm looking at the statement, and out there, he has created an impression that the coach of the work of the coach is not so imperative because only the players do the job. So that is why I'm bringing this, and I'm saying, you know, the more I look at football closely, it you know, it quelled that statement to say, no, there's nothing like that. The coach has a lot to do with the player. I mean, for the trio to notice that, let Jali come from that side. And you see, Jali is solid and he's doing well. Because so many coaches would have said, he's short, he's not so quick. Do you understand? And normally central back, they want tall guys to deal with the dead balls. I don't know. What's your take about what I've just said?
Yeah, Professor, in simple words, you know, it simply can't be true. A coach and a manager has a huge role to play. We've seen a coach like Alex Ferguson at Man United immediately when he left with the same team. Another coach couldn't do what Alex Ferguson was doing. So you have to credit the coach. The coach plays a big role within the team. You see the likes of Klopp, likes of Klopp at Liverpool. He's like a glove in that team. He fits in that team. You know, you can see his character and personality. You can see it with the team. You know, so. What I think Stuart actually meant by what he was saying, he just wanted to give more the credit to the players, to say the players they do the job, not the coaches. But yes, the influence, there's a lot of influence that comes from the coaches in order to make a team click.
I don't know, Shakes, maybe we understood him differently. He said there's no best coach in the world. Once you say that, I don't know what you mean. Because if I look, there are a lot of best coaches in the world. Klopp, like you said, Pep Guardiola, like you said, and then the gentleman, what's his name? The gentleman at Real Madrid, Ancelotti. Ancelotti is the best. You know, we never saw Ancelotti as what he is today. Remember Del Boss from Spain. You see, so you can't say we don't have the best coach in the world. So what do you say to a person like Del Boss, whom I think is the best? He has done a lot. What do you say about Pereira? All right, in Brazil. Do you get my point? And what do you say about Scolari? Do you get my point? Do you get my argument? What do you say about the German coaches? Your Klinsmann, your Lowe? You can't say we don't have the best coaches, because the decision of the coach, it's very important. Look the way Klopp used this young man, Diaz, all right? He understands when to use him and when not to use him. So that's what I understand. But let's pass there. We're still talking about the best player. And then what about the argument that Manqoba says he thinks Keegan Dolly deserve to be there? What's your take about Keegan Dolly?
Yeah, that's Aubrey. Keegan came in at Kaiser Chiefs, you know, and immediately showed his class. I remember the first game he played, he immediately gave a pass to I think it was Kama Billiard, you know. The influence he has, the quality he has. Keegan Dolly is always a dangerous player, one of the best players in the league, definitely, without a doubt. And he has shown that he can take Chiefs forward together with the likes of Kama Billiard at Kaiser Chiefs. So yeah, I think he deserves to be nominated. You know, he's done well. He's done well, and I think he can still offer more for Kaiser Chiefs. Once Kaiser Chiefs starts ticking, you will see more of him because he's shining right now, and the team is not exactly at its best, but you can see Keegan Dolly's qualities there.
While you're still there, Shakes, but for me, Keegan Dolly won't be the player of the season. He has done well. The form took a dip a little bit, and now I can see he's rising, and I like him when it comes from the middle field. That's why I like him. But for me, he's not. For me, player of the year should be either Shaulile or Andile Jali. But Shaulile, you know, that consistency, he was top player last year. I mean, top goal scorer last year. He's a top goal scorer this year. The momentum, you know, the consistency. For me, Shaulile deserves to win it again. I'm not saying Andile is not deserving. Andile also, I won't be surprised if he wins it. But for me, Shaulile should come first. But people out there, you know who do you think should be the best player? The goalkeeper of the year, I think it's very simple. The team that has been scored least, but we know that they rotate goalkeepers. But for me, it's Dennis Onyango. Dennis Onyango is the player of the season. And then coaches, of course, the trio again. The three Mamelodi Sundowns have done well. And then I won't be surprised, Dance Malisela also being nominated, all right? Because that nomination is good because it's a recognition. Dance has done well. Well, they haven't gone far, but he has done well, to be honest. And then, so I won't feel bad if Dance is nominated. I'm not sure about the nomination. Have you seen the nomination yet? Have they come up with a nomination?
No, sorry.
They have not. But I'll never be worried to see Dance there. Who do you think other coach deserve to be nominated?
Definitely John Maduka. For me, John Maduka has done well.
Yes, yes.
He's one coach I'd put there and say he's done very well.
Yes.
And Stellenbosch coach as well.
Yes, yes.
I think he's done well as well. I think he'll be in my nominations. Yeah, those are my nominations.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. Steve Barker did well. John Maduka did well. Mamelodi Sundowns did well. You know, so yeah, I mean the trio at Mamelodi Sundowns did well. Well, at Kaiser Chiefs, you know what's happening. At Orlando Pirates, you know, there was this coach and the two gentlemen who came in. So yeah, and then yeah, those are the coaches whom I think deserve to be nominated, and then yeah, and see what they've done. So Shakes, thank you for the show, and I'm sure people out there, you also have your own. Who do you think deserve to be the player of the year, goalkeeper of the year, goalkeeper of the year, and the coach of the year? So give us your understanding. So yeah, we'll appreciate it. Thank you very much, Shakes. Will you kindly bid the viewers farewell?
Thank you, Pastor, for having me on the show, and thanks to our viewers for tuning in. Thank you.
All right, Sheikhs, we'll be talking again during our lunch hour show and look at the, sports news. Thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walifatse from the Big R or TBR Solution. One of the companies owned by TBR Solution is the Big R Financial Services, an authorized financial service provider. I'm sure you have noticed that the past few months or so, we've seen a lot of deaths, and those deaths are attributed to mental illness. Mental illness can be caused by anything, can be caused by stress, depression, and stress and depression can be caused by a number of things: lack of finances, or financial problem, or social problem, or marital problem. So they cause all those problems. We in the financial sector, we see it almost now and again because we work with various organizations like GPF, Independent Fund Organization. But while I'm still there, let me stress, we don't have a formal relationship with GPF, but we work with them because most of our people are from there. Now, working with those people, you know very well that people who are working for the government, they're expected to retire at the age of 60 and above, right? If you retire earlier than that, then you are being penalized by GPF. And sometimes people say, no, I need money. So what do? They resign. They say, no, let the money go to my bank account. Once you do that, you are tax heavy. So you need to bear that in mind, okay? But now, let's say for argument's sake, you are 55 as we speak and above, and you are contemplating of either resigning or going on pension in the next 3 months or so, just drop us a WhatsApp so that we help you to expedite for your payment. Because according to the GPF rules and pension fund law, once a client or a member receive an SMS that they've received your forms, that means they have 60 days to complete the process. And mind you, the 60 days is a maximum. It doesn't mean it has to take 60 days. It's a maximum. Now, sometimes we see people, they don't get their money for 2 to 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months, even more, or a year or so. And then there, the problem could emanate either from the GPF side, employer side, a member himself. So what we do, we try to expedite that process by making sure that we understand the workings of GPF. If it's a member, we help him to do the right thing. The same with GPF, the same with employer organization. Now, remember, as I have already said, that with GPF, it's 60 and above. Now, and then we say if you're 55 or more, you can contact us. And another good element is this, with the fund that we are working with. There is a whole lot of flexibility. You can decide how much you earn. That's how flexible it is. And if, let's say, you pass on, you and your spouse, you can nominate anyone. You are not limited to your immediate family, like your biological children or an officially adopted children. Remember, even your children, they can benefit as long as they're 22 and below. But with us, it doesn't matter. They can be above 22, they can be your elders, or they will still benefit because you nominated them. And then we try by all means that when we take the money from GPF and invest with credible fund organization, we try by all means that you are least taxed, all right? And then, and even you are not punished because you are not taking the money, because you are taking to another fund. So which means an independent and credible fund. So it means that there's no need to tax you more. So those are some of the advantages that are there. So you need to bear that in mind. And then if you want to know more, just drop us a WhatsApp on our WhatsApp number. Then we'll call you back. You don't have to call us. We'll call you back and see how can we expedite it. I thank you.